from 2K Sports. We're honoring diversity. What a great front court matchup we have tonight, Legs. Do those battles look a little different from when you played?
Well, certainly there's less wrestling going on down on the block. More of these post players now want to step out and face up. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm a fan of either style.
A lot of space on the floor, that's for sure.
There's no doubt much more difficult to defend these post players with all this versatility.
Here are the 5 for the Cavaliers. They've got Joel Embiid. Derrick Rose is out there with Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Hill in at the 3.
Yeah, he just knows exactly how to run that screen. Good stuff there from Embiid.
Pass to Holmgren. From deep, here's Doncic. He drops it from range. Doncic has got 5 points.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Rose outside. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Wade drives in, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Another assist in the career of D. Rose.
Down low. Embiid with a steal. And pushing it up. Here's Cleveland. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
And they are showing you why it's so important to get off the floor before the defense can set themselves.
Now here's Doncic. He had 25 points in his last game. And it's flag missing. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Rose outside.
Oh, out of my way.
Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Oh, boy, what control and poise from Rose. Taking the hit like a champ and just powering right through it.
Adebayo, no good.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Here's Wade. Again, Cleveland scores.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
Now here's Adebayo. Coming off a 12-point game. Doncic, good.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
And the defensive versatility of Bam Adebayo is special, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., he can guard 1 through 5, and his offensive game is also versatile. Think about how far he's come since he was drafted. He is a testament to work ethic.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Jason Kidd had a few moments to share with me. I asked him about what could tip the balance in their favor tonight, and he said, quote, when Kristaps Porzingis is operating at a high level, it opens up their entire offense. The key for us is to keep Porzingis from having a major impact. If we can do that, it'll be our game to win. Brian, back to you.
Allie, thank you. Now here's Hill. No points yet. Here's Embiid. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Here's Flag. Rose grabs the board. Cleveland leading by 5. Here's Hill. That shot is off. Oh, great D that time from Doncic. Pass to Reeves. And here's Adebayo. Defended by Porzingis. Adebayo passes to Doncic. 5 on the clock. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
And there's Luka, one of the most entertaining players in the league.
Rose, the pass to Wade. The 3. No, he's made 3, missed 2 now.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Adebayo sets a screen, and here's Doncic outside. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rejected by Holmgren.
That is just great rim protection by Holmgren.
Oh, there's the alley. Left side Hill. To the paint. Here's Embiid. The shot's good. 6 points for Joel Embiid. Mavericks trail by 5. So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And it's a completely new group here for the Mavericks. And since the break, here are the NBA's best free throw shooting teams. The Cavs, 4th.
Ever since the break, they've been shooting with great confidence from the line, and their numbers reflect that.
Ball with it, covered by Rubio. Ball no good. Rubio against Ball. Rubio passes to Bargnani. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And their goal on the offensive end is simple. Pound it inside.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Cavaliers.
They've been in rhythm from the in-between area, just keeping things simple and taking what the D gives them.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
They grab their own miss. Doherty, the pass to Kennard. Ball surveys the floor. Goes back up. Kept alive. Doherty. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there. Couldn't get it to go. Pass to Petrovic. Inside. Here's Markkanen. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
Here's Petrovic. 15 in his last outing. And the layup is good.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Ball outside. Pass to Kennard. Here's English. Ball outside. Rubio with the rebound.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Finley passes to Petrovic. They set a pick. With some arc. And it's good on the layup. And it's a 9-point Cavalier lead.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Here's English. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. To the inside. And the dunk by Gafford.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standard, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
Dallas shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Gafford, no good on that free throw. And so it's Cleveland closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing it. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Cavs' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
I love how they're playing. When you combine great effort and great execution, it leads to great results.
LaMelo Ball is out there with Austin Reeves. Then there's Holmgren, then it's Flagg, and it's English in at the 4-man spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
He is putting in work right to the rim. Defense had no answer.
Grant, looking at Cooper Flagg. His versatility is what makes him such a highly touted prospect.
Yeah, B.A. Cooper can do a little of everything offensively. He also covers a lot of ground defensively at 6'9". And on top of his balanced skill set, his intangibles are just elite.
Holmgren, left side. Rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Wade. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. Success hasn't changed Austin Reeves' underdog mentality. He said it doesn't shift at all. There's a good majority of people that probably still don't think that I'm that good. It's a common theme for my life. What pushed me to get here are the people who doubted me. I always have to keep that in mind. Brian?
Keeps that chip on his shoulder. Thanks a lot, Allie. This one for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Defeated by Utah in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
It seemed like they were forced.
Oh, Holmgren on the climb.
And timing like this will serve Holmgren well. Leaping at the exact right moment for the alley-oop.
From deep, Rose. Unable to get that one. Mavericks trail by 5. Over to the wing. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Hits the trifecta.
And we've begun to see their three-point shooting slip a little this quarter.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Bam Adebayo's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Ball. Porzingis is checked in for the Cavaliers. So it's the Mavericks now. Outside Reeves. Doncic outside. Embiid with a steal. Outside, Hill. Pass to Embiid. Shoots over Holmgren. Oh, Embiid up and over his defender.
And sometimes Joel Embiid is just that good. He can be unstoppable.
And here's Holmgren. Takes a 3. Called in by Hill. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Here's Flagg outside. Knocks down the triple. Flagg's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
If he gets any daylight out there, he is capable of knocking that shot down.
Porzingis finds Rose. To the middle. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
You saw the full power of Joel Embiid on display right there. No one was getting in his way.
Holmgren with a screen on Rose. Doncic against Rose. He shoots. Doncic, no good. The Cavaliers lead by 9. On the wing, Wade. He's covered by Reeves. To the left wing. Outside, Hill. He puts up a 3. And Reeves pulls it down. Dallas has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. And Legs, you think back to a few decades ago, we had some fierce rivalries in this league. What constitutes a rivalry nowadays?
Well, B.A., it's much more difficult to find those long-term heated rivalries like years past, and that's primarily because of the parity and player movement that we have in the league now.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And for these point guards, it's not all about assists. These are the top scoring guards since the All-Star break. Doncic 4th.
And this group of guys, they have an innate ability to not only score at will, but to create for others. They're the complete package.
Well, they certainly embody what's expected from a modern point guard. Scoring is a fundamental part of the job now.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Pass to Doherty. Here's Flagg outside. Dallas no good that time either. The Cavaliers lead by 9. Here's Petrovic. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside Rubio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From downtown, gets the 3 to fall. And the Cavaliers lead by 12.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Pass to Doherty. Shoots over Embiid. And Embiid with the block. Cleveland working the ball around now. The three is up. It's another three for Cleveland.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Doncic against Rubio. To get back on track. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Cavaliers lead by 15. 1:19 left in the first half of this one. Pass to Petrovic. No good with the triple. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Dallas. And this matchup with the Cavaliers, it's their first meeting of the season. Launches it from deep. A rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Pass to Finley. Over Kennard. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Doncic with it. 9 points in the game. The three. The Cavaliers pull it in. Embiid's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Really tough quarter for him shooting the basketball.
Pass to Markkanen. Three-pointer. And so it's Cleveland up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Well, they're playing bully ball inside, so much so that, Shaq, I'm going to let you take it.
Oh, yeah. 1-2. 1-2, 1-2 in the place to be. Most definitely, they seize the paint like a MIC.
And now we get to check out. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
And just halfway through this contest, he's already registered a double-double.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
Kicking off the second half, here's Kenny Atkinson's 5. They've got Derrick Rose. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Wade in at the 2 spot.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
Pass to Wade. Now here's Hill. To the right side. Here's Rose. Oh, and it's a big-time dunk as he slams it right over Doncic.
Oh, some explosive stuff from Rose right at the rim, showing these young boys how ferocious he can still be.
Now Reeves gets to see a basket. And a miss there on the triple. Rose outside. Pass to Wade. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Doncic passes to Reeves. Back to Doncic. Here's Adebayo. Called in by Hill. Cleveland leading by 17. Here's Wade. Rose into the lane. Ooh, rejected by Doncic.
Defense at its best from Doncic. Like to see him putting that much effort into his D.
Nice finish from Luka.
There is no doubt he's been the dealer for them on offense, but he is going to need some support from his teammates.
Tim, watching Chet Holmgren, he brings a lot to the table.
Well, absolutely, Brian. He's got a wingspan of 7.5 feet, but still has touch from deep. It's really something to marvel at. Chet is redefining what a stretch big can be in the NBA.
Ball, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Now here's Porzingis. Rose outside. And they'll get another chance. Bargnani can't hit. Mavericks trail by 15. Pass the ball. Over to the left wing. Adebayo feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 6. And here's Reeves outside. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Now Porzingis, hounded by Adebayo. Here's Rose. He's got 9. Outside Porzingis. Three-pointer, no good. Dallas is going 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. From deep, Holmgren. Not going to go that time.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Holmgren with the block.
Well, you can't sleep on Holmgren's defense. His wingspan helps him come away with blocks like that.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Rose. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Flag. Checked by Hill. Outside Adebayo. 4 on the clock. Here's Ball. Pushing through. LaMelo Ball.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Well, the NBA keeping an open mind. Commissioner Adam Silver said, quote, "This is the only league that plays 48 minutes. I'm a fan of 10-minute quarters. A 2-hour format is more consistent with modern television habits, but it's such a dramatic change. Something like that would have to be talked about over time." Brian, that's you.
All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Kennard, he's checked in for Ball. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Cleveland. Rubio comes in for Rose. Now here's Reeves. He's guarded closely. Kennard for 3. Drills it from deep.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Cleveland leading by 12. Here's Wade. Give him 8. Markkanen with a screen on Reeves. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Markkanen misses.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Reeves with the ball. Still no points. Baseline jumper. Chalk up 2 there.
You know, Reeves is such a crafty and clever player. He's so good at finding ways to score inside.
Rubio looking around. Markkanen for 3. That's in there. Rubio with the assist. Markkanen's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Pass to Hill. Adebayo grabs the board. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 13. Down low. Kicks it out to Kennard. Let's go with a 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Pulls it in from the elbow. Shot's good by Hill. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Adebayo passes to Holmgren. Holmgren using that length inside.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
There's a minute 26 left in the third quarter. Here's Wade. Adebayo grabs the board. The Mavericks have gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. Pass to Holmgren. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Kennard for three. Arniani pulls it in. The Cavaliers lead by 13. Inside. What a finish! Right at the rim by Markkanen.
And this is inexcusable. The defense must force Markkanen further away from the rim.
And here's Adebayo. Confident take by Adebayo.
Adebayo's teammates encourage him to be aggressive down there. He's a very intelligent low post scorer.
Pass to Markkanen. 4-3. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Adebayo, no good. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Cleveland on top. They lead. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Austin Reeves. Bam Adebayo is out there with flag. Then it's Chet Holmgren, and it's Doncic in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Finley. Pass to Embiid. Shoots over Holmgren. True on the 14-footer. And that's 15 points for Joel Embiid. And obviously, we know so many kids dream of being a professional athlete. But when did that become a real goal of yours, Legs?
Well, B.A., honestly, about the age of 8, I thought I was headed for the major leagues. That all changed with a 7-inch growth spurt in one school year. Decided to try basketball for the first time, and man, am I glad I did.
2 points. That one goes.
After a brutal first half from the field, their shots are finally starting to fall.
Doncic against Rose. Pass to Embiid. To the wing on the left. Here's Finley. The three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trail by 13. Doncic outside. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 11 rebounds in the game. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And finished off by Adebayo.
Oh, my goodness. 2 loud points for Bam.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. And they told the team, let's keep doing what we're doing. We're up. Do not forget that. They told their team to just relax, to have fun, and to finish this one out. We'll see if they do, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Holmgren with the block.
He times his blocks almost perfectly. Holmgren stands his ground and forces the shooter to commit first. Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
It's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
A big strength of Rose. He has spent lots of time on becoming a better shooter, and it shows.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. No good on the 3.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
To the inside, Embiid. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Reeves. Now here's Adebayo. Oh, Adebayo flexing inside.
Given that he's an undersized big, the floater is a critical part of Adebayo's offensive game.
Doncic. Off with the layup. Cleveland leading by 9. Pass to Petrovic. Here's Finley. Here's Embiid. Pounded by Adebayo. Yes! Embiid from in close.
Yeah, and when he's healthy, Embiid has proven that this is what he's capable of every single night.
Now Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. There's a screen. Back to Rose. There's the drive. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist from Rose. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight. Pass to Flag. And here's Reeves. Outside Adebayo. The 3 is up. Petrovic with a rebound.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open 3.
Embiid, a screen on Doncic. The offensive rebound. Embiid, good. Embiid's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, impressive work on the boards by Embiid. You love seeing a big man like him use that size to his advantage.
Outside Reeves. Beyond the arc. Oh, it doesn't go.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Rose against Doncic. Ooh, rejected by Doncic. Here's Flag. Oh, look at Luka taking the contact and finishing strong.
And their offense tonight is Luka, and more Luka. When he's on, it's an opponent's worst nightmare.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. And Cleveland making a change here. And so it's Rose with it. He brings it up for Cleveland. Lays it in easily.
Smart play from Rose, getting up close to the basket for a high percentage look.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Flag outside for 3. Embiid there for the rebound. The Cavaliers lead by 13. Jams it home!
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Well, he saw the opportunity and he went for it. I love his competitiveness.
Adebayo! Oh, missed on the tray. Cleveland has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Cavaliers.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year. And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Joel Embiid.
Man, he was tremendous on the glass tonight, controlling the boards and fighting for extra possession.
Rose against Doncic. And that one is hammered home.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
Back to Doncic to stop the run. It's money from deep.
And Adebayo showing another element of his game. Nice vision to set up the bucket.
Outside, Hill. Hits it, falling back.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
the Cavaliers taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. And time now to introduce our player.
What a matchup we have. Tonight. Greg in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Anthony Davis is out there with Drexel. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Halliburton. And it's Thurman in at the center position. Now, here is Irving. 5 to shoot. A rebound by Thurman. Thomas surveying the D. Pass to Davis. And they double up Davis.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Here's Davis. Outside Thomas. From outside, off the mark. For the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Thunder.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Halliburton inside the three-point line. Richmond with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Outside Irving. Kings moving the ball around. And it's Westbrook missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And stolen by Irving. In the corner, it's Westbrook. It's up a three. Drains the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 5.
You know, Westbrook can make you pay from deep. The D has to at least honor his shot.
You know, Greg, you could argue the Nets kind of overachieved last season under first-year head coach Jordi Fernandez.
Yeah, only the 6th worst record last season. The defense was halfway decent, but they understand some patience is required in a rebuild.
It's the Nets now. The Kings getting the bucket. Kicks it out to Drexler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Elbow shot is on the way. Sacramento grabs the miss. Here's Westbrook. There's the drive. And finished off by Westbrook.
The artist behind many iconic throwdowns. Russell Westbrook putting on a show.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 7. Outside, Drexler. Thomas passes to Halliburton. Hits the three-point bomb.
You watch Halliburton shoot. The release is a little low, but it's quick and it's deadly.
Outside, Irving. Takes the 13-footer. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Thomas passes to Thurman. And here's Halliburton. Here's Thurman. Can be covering. Thurman's shot is good.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Richmond outside. Back to Westbrook. Launches a 3. A rebound by Thurman. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Bounce pass, Thomas. They set the pick. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Well, the Kings are great offensively, but looking for continued improvement on the other end. Head coach Doug Christie said, defensively, what I'm asking them to do, the level of intensity, is difficult. I want you to play so hard that you raise your hand and say, quote, I need to come out of the game. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
And here's Ingram from the arc. The shot, no good. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And here's Brunson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Embry can't get it to drop. Nets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Ingram passes to Şengün. Sabonis' screen on Jackson. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Let's see some of the numbers here for Anthony Davis.
Number 30, Bill Sharman.
The Kings leading. Thompson with it to the paint. Here's Embry. Banked in off the glass.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Pass to Goodrich. For 3, Ingram. Rebound by the Kings. They're getting their first look at the season at the Nets in this one.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
Now here's Brunson. 6 to shoot. And Sabonis pulls it down. And GA, you look at the numbers for Sabonis. They're historic. But how would you surround him to make a deep run?
Well, I might try to pair him with another rim protector. Sabonis is a nice focal point offensively, but he's not a big-time shot blocker.
Tough, mate.
Sabonis has such good touch. It helps him against close coverage.
Brunson outside. .55 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Embry. Sabonis grabs the board.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
And the call on the shot sends him to the line. And great offensive firepower for the Kings. But you know what, Stan? They know they got to defend.
Well, their head coach, Doug Christie, made his bones at that end. But it's on these players to execute, and that'll be the challenge.
And it's tied up with that one. And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
Now here's Goodrich. Scoreless thus far. Mashburn, the pass to Brunson. Can't connect from short range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
It's all tied in Sacramento. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
We've got Richmond. Cunningham is out there with Irving. Then it's Lucas, and it's Westbrook in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
A future Hall of Famer. Westbrook averaging a triple-double in a number of seasons and came close a few other times.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. So, Stan, just for old time's sake, do you think the league should bring back the hand check? Do you miss it?
Well, look, Kevin, I think what the league's done with allowing freedom of movement has made this game a lot better than it was. I think the key, as it is in most things, is finding the balance where we're giving the defense a chance, not calling cheap fouls, but also not letting them just physically overpower each other. One of the most physical point guards this league has ever seen. Westbrook powers through for the and one.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Sacramento.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Now, here is Halliburton. And he just worked New York in that last game. Davis kicks to Halliburton over Westbrook. Out that one, and the Sacramento lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Halliburton.
A pure-looking jumper right there. Halliburton has such confidence in his ability to score.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Cunningham off target with the jump hook. And Halliburton's got the ball here for Brooklyn. They are coming into this having notched to win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, I think the perimeter game is what helped them in that one. Consistent from out beyond the arc.
Yeah, and what the heck are you supposed to do to stop it? Bucket after bucket from deep. Quite a show.
Now Westbrook following the three-point attempt by Tyrese Halliburton. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Lucas, that's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Halliburton passes to Thurman. Now Thomas. Nets passing it around. Halliburton outside. And again, it's the Nets missing. Sacramento leading by 5. Irving drives in. And Dr. J slams it in.
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step. of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
And so Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy.
Attention everyone. Now coming on to the hardwood is your Sacramento Kings 3 team. Let's get it.
Sacramento making a switch here. Camby's checked in. With this break in the action, a quick look at our 2K leaderboard in the NBA's top free throw shooting big men since the All-Star break. Fifth on the list, Anthony Davis.
And a lot of these big men take the confidence they have in the paint straight to the free throw line with them. I mean, that makes them very hard to handle.
Yeah, what a luxury for the coaches. They can trust their bigs to make free throws. That takes a load of stress away.
Now, here's Drexler. 9 points last game out. Westbrook against Halliburton. What a terrific move that was. Halliburton's got 6 here in this quarter.
The touch on Halliburton's shot really opens the floor up for him, letting him get to that mid-range.
Here's Irving. A rebound by Thurman. Nets trail by 5. Drexler right side. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Well, Thurman is an intimidating presence at center. He's athletic, strong, and an elite defender. Also determined to attack the glass.
Now, here's Westbrook. He's got 14. Over Davis. Clyde Drexler grabs the miss.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Thomas finds Halliburton. Here's Thurman. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists tonight. Now here's Westbrook. Last game we saw him score 13. Richmond outside. Back to Westbrook. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Halliburton against Westbrook. Halliburton outside. Back to Drexler. And it's sent back by Irving.
And not many guys Irving's size are this good at blocking shots. Takes incredible timing and athleticism.
And a whole new lineup here for Brooklyn. The Kings have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Brunson. Coming off a terrific season, and he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Now here's Brunson. Nice. Brunson working inside.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's Goodrich. He has yet to score. And it's Ingram missing. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Demonis Sabonis is driven. He said, quote, "There's no calm time with me. There's a lot to work on to help my teammates and win games. That desperation to stay here in the NBA because I love it and try to get better, I'm always thinking about it, and I don't think that's going to change." Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Ingram. Sacramento making their left shot. And the Nets miss again.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Richmond no good. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Nets. 6-point game. Greg, you looking out for Nshengu. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
Now here's Richmond. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Goodrich. Nothing on the board. And the slam dunk by Sabonis.
Nice little flush there from Sabonis to cap off the possession.
Pass to Embry. Here's Mashburn. He's covered by Ingram. Richmond, the pass to Embry. Here's Mashburn. Some solid defense from Ingram.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Looking to catch the defense by surprise. They didn't expect Şengün to shoot that one.
Now Brunson. Latrey doesn't get it to drop for him. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Sacramento Kings. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be right back after this.
Two quarters of play completed as we welcome you to take a look at some of the upcoming games on the schedule. Out in Portland, it'll be the Trailblazers against the Wizards. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time is the tip-off.
This feels like a toss-up between have-nots.
Yeah, both teams have faced some big challenges. Let's take a look now at that first half we just saw from the Kings. Man, that was close.
This is some retro hoop.
Thank you for being with us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordi Fernandez's foul. They've got Anthony Davis. Thomas is out there with Halliburton. And it's Drexel. And it's Thurman in at the foul. To the inside. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for the Kings. Halliburton looking around. Here's Thurman. And easy 2 points on the layup. Thurman's got 13.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Here's Westbrook. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Clyde Drexler.
And the defense should know Westbrook will not back down. He goes right into the defender and gets a chance for an and one.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Thomas down low. He's covered by Richmond. And here's Davis for 3. Rebound by the Kings. Richmond outside. Pass to Westbrook. And the layup's good off the glass. Westbrook's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Thomas kicks to Halliburton. Six on the shot clock. Outside for Davis. Oh, good with the triple.
They've had a quiet start to this half, hitting just one of their first 4 attempts.
Pass to Campbell. Kings moving the ball around. Camby, a screen on Drexler. And on the way from Irving for 3. That one's off. He's made 5 and missed 3 now.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Halliburton. It's rebounded by Camby.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Cunningham, he's checked in for Sacramento. Thurman passes to Halliburton. Irving against Thomas. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Lucas, the pass to West. Over Thomas. A rebound by Thurman. Thurman's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Thomas. Now Halliburton. With the floater. Davis surveying the floor. To end the drought. And the Nets miss again. Sacramento leading by 13. Cunningham passes to Irving. A second chance effort. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. And here's Halliburton. He's got 9. Pass to Davis. Davis working in the paint.
And Davis shoots a high percentage because he's so adept at playing to his strengths.
And when Tyrese Halliburton entered the NBA, Greg, scouts were worried about his shot release point.
It's definitely lower than you would teach, but by the same token, that's why he gets it off so quickly, making it a tough shot to contest.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Here's a look at the shot showing location for Russell Westbrook.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Now here's Brunson. Shoots it up. Brooklyn with the rebound. Şengün's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Thomas on the wing. Brunson covering. Şengün with the screen for Thomas. And Şengün throws it down.
Great timing and a really good read there from Şengün. Spaces the floor and is rewarded.
Lucas is checked in for Sacramento. And then for Brooklyn, Sabonis comes in for Davis. And it's Goodrich in for Isaiah Thomas. Brunson against Goodrich. Brunson among the bigs.
And defense is all over Brunson inside, but still manages to outmaneuver them for the deuce.
Ingram outside. Screen by Sabonis from about 19 feet. Again, the Nets for 2.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Here's Sharman. Screen by Şengün. And they pick up 2. Sharman's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the King. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Lucas, that's good. And the Kings lead by 8.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Pass to Sharman. The 3 ball. Good on the 3-point shot. Sharman's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, nice work by Ingram. Keeping his eyes open, allowing him to find an opportunity for a teammate.
Embry passes to Brunson. With the drive. Makes it off the glass.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now, here's Sabonis. Pass to Goodrich. That three off the mark. Kings leading now by 7. And Brunson has it in the corner. Back to Cunningham. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 4 assists now tonight. The Nets have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Ingram outside. The Nets working the ball around now. Screen by Şengün. Sharman. Lucas with the rebound. Lucas has got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Embry. And here is Irving. He's covered by Goodrich. With 1 on the clock, the third quarter comes to a close. The Kings on top, leading by 9. 5 from Golden One Center. Here. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Can't be out there with Lucas. Then there's Irving. Then it's Richmond. And it's Westbrook in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. To Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You gotta play smart.
Lucas against Halliburton. Rebound by the Kings. Lucas has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And it's Richmond finishing it off.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Outside Irving. Pass to Westbrook from downtown. Good on the triple. Westbrook's got the lead up to 14 now for the Kings. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Kings.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Richmond against Thomas. The jump hook. Richmond no good. Nets trail by 14. Halliburton kicks to Davis. Outside Thomas. On the left block. That's good on the jump shot.
And though Thomas is great from the perimeter, he has a toughness and a willingness to go in amongst the trees and kind of mix it up.
And Doug Christie is called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I was able to listen in on what Doug Christie was going over with this team. And Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys.
Thank you once again, Allie. Drexler passes to Halliburton. Outside for Davis. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Davis has got it back down to single digits for the Nets. On the wing, Irving. Lucas, the pass to Irving. Outside Westbrook. Again, the miss by the Kings. Nets trail by 9. Outside Thomas. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
Kings leading now by 9. Richmond outside. Back to Westbrook. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last.
Still Kings ball.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Shot clock at 5. For 3, Westbrook.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, that was just great timing and playing with a high motor.
Irving against Drexel. Over Irving. Lucas with the rebound. Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Irving kicks to Richmond. Lucas the pass to Irving. Now here's Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Back to Drexel. Pass to Davis. Outside for Thomas. Davis setting the pick for Thomas. Back to Davis. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 6 assists now in the game.
And phenomenal movement in that pick and roll. Davis has a sense for where to move after setting that screen.
Missed on the 3. And it's Drexler with the ball for Brooklyn. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Davis with a screen on Richmond. Halliburton fires and get the 3. Kings leading now by 9. Irving surveying the floor. Doesn't get that one.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
Halliburton. Another chance here. He gets the bucket on the way in.
Man, that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
The Kings shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. It's stolen by Davis. 18 feet out. Count it.
Rising to the occasion. He found a way to get himself open and get his shot.
Nice job taking the initiative. Coaches will encourage you to take that if you have a good look.
Lucas against Halliburton. Oh, the layup finish off an excellent lead pass.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
A free throw off from Richmond. Nets trail by 7. Here's Davis. Does not go in.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Irving, and it's blocked.
You know, I'm not sure another player combines defense and offense as well as Thurman. The only reason he doesn't get more blocks is because so many guys are afraid to bring the ball anywhere near him.
Irving outside. And it misses. The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Count it!
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Westbrook. The Kings with the rebound.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Stepping up. Davis is a fantastic option late. You know with that height and skill set, he's going to get a good look.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
Drexler with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
At the line for your Kings, Russell Westbrook. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that hole?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
No good from 3. And an intentional foul right there. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
So the Kings win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on. But let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
and preparing for battle. Each guy tonight. The league. Get all of it. Here at 2K Sports, celebrate Noche Latina, an opportunity to spotlight the amazing Latin culture in the NBA and its global fan base. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, our reporter. So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. We've got Donovan Mitchell, and it's Gilmore in at the center position. When it comes to these two teams, Grant, you have to expect they'll be relying on their front court to get it done here.
Yeah, I think that's right, B.A. It should be an old-fashioned battle amongst the bigs. And whoever gets the edge in that matchup, I think gets the W. We'll see.
Outside White. Pass to Mitchell. Launches a three. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for three.
And Mitchell is an active scorer, which forces defenders to foul him often.
Toronto shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
That free throw is good for Mitchell.
You know, I've got two words to describe Donovan Mitchell. Dynamic scorer. You put this man in just about any situation, and he'll find a shot no matter what.
And he's good on the second.
On the very short list of franchise-level guards, Donovan Mitchell can take over a game with his scoring ability.
The last one's off. They'll settle for two. And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all. And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Here's Malone. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. They get it back. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Shooting for Toronto, Artis Gilmore. 2 shots.
And he drops the first.
Artis Gilmore is just a massive guy and strong, too. I mean, rugged, a center that is flat out a beast on both ends of the floor. Banged my head against that dude many a time. Was not fun.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Daniels. Pass to McAdoo. Stolen by Mitchell. White on the wing, covered by Daniels. White, good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Bowen. Here's McAdoo. Pass to Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. And the dunk by Jones.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
The three from Mitchell. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
That's what you want defensively. Force contested threes.
Pass to McAdoo. Daniels outside. They set the pick. Three-pointer. The rebound by Malone. The Raptors have gone 1 for 3 so far. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far.
You know, the question is, do you leave him in? A third foul this early could spell trouble.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Martin's checked in.
Coming into the floor for your Lakers, number 2.
Here's Malone.
Martin.
Outside White. Pass to Gilmore. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. Got it from about 16 feet.
Yeah, Mitchell can get this mid-range look lined up. He's a very skilled shooter.
Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And how about we check the numbers for Dyson Daniels? Mitchell feeling it out a bit from the arc. Rebounded by the Lakers. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Minnesota.
And that one, the other team could not keep up with them offensively. They were prolific.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
5 to shoot. Martin misses. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Toronto. And this matchup with Los Angeles, their first meeting of the season. Stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Bowen. Fires the three. Wembanyama, no good. Mitchell, the pass to Gilmore. Outside Mitchell. From deep. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Well, he certainly hit some turbulence here, trying to get it cranked back up.
Daniels finds Wembanyama. Here's Bowen. Outside Jones. Outside for Wembanyama. Just 4 to shoot. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Here's Mullen. No points so far. Pass to Malone. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Malone owns the paint area of the floor. Nobody coming in there messing with him.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. teams making some changes here. This break gives us a chance to look back on the last month and see which teams racked up the most points in transition. Los Angeles, second.
And, you know, over this stretch, they've really had their way in the open court, pushing the ball hard and getting those fast break points.
Toronto on D. Takes the three. King gets the bucket.
King putting that quickness on display right there.
Murphy passes to Issel. Back to Murphy. Toronto passing it around. To the inside. And the basket by Issel.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Pass to King. Releases. Houston can't hit.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Murphy finds DeRozan. Down low. And it's Martin with the rebound.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. King's got 6.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And there's the screen. Inside. Here's Noah. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
DeRozan sizing up the situation and making the right read. That's basketball savvy. We call that hoops sense.
King, the pass to Houston. To the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, stolen by Richardson. DeRozan right side. It's deflected. Out left to the wing. The 3 ball. Issel with a rebound. Toronto has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. DeRozan passes to Murphy. 1:06 left in the opening quarter. Kicks it to DeRozan. Puts it up from 17. Rebound, the Lakers. Here's Boosie. No made baskets yet. Here's Martin. Misses the layup.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Pass to DeRozan. 29 seconds left in the first. And it's Martin with the rebound. The Lakers have gone 6 of 13 so far in this one. Houston passes to Boosie. Martin a screen. Here's Houston. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's Los Angeles. They're up by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
So on the floor for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. We've got Mitchell, and it's Mullen in at the 3. And with most NBA defenses bringing help from that weak side corner, that opens up offenses for the weak side crash, Clark.
Yep, if I was still playing BA, I would make way on that offensive glass board, wreaking havoc on the boards. Extra opportunities aplenty the way the game is played now.
Now here's Daniels, still without a bucket. Now here's Mitchell. Pass to Malone. Here's White. Here's Gilmore, defended by Jones. Kick out to White. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Gilmore's shot is good.
Playing with such brute force on the inside. Gilmore with the size and some pretty good moves, too.
Pass to Bowen. Now here's Jones. And the layup falls. Jones has gotten his second bucket on the night.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Here's Malone. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Known as being a top-tier rebounder, Malone is a commanding presence on both ends and a very valuable part of this team.
Here's Bowen. Daniels passes to McAdoo. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Jones misses. The Raptors have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Pass to Mullen. The kick out to White. Over Daniels. Here's Gilmore. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Bowen passes to McAdoo. Jones from outside. Rebound Toronto. Malone's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Mitchell. There's the 3. Oh, Mitchell with the smooth stroke from distance.
And normally Mitchell wants his shot head on, but you give him the corner and he will adapt.
McAdoo, pass to Jones. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Good work defensively by Mitchell. Pass to White. Here's Gilmore. Outside Mitchell. Right in the heart of it, Mitchell.
They're such a strong guy. Donovan Mitchell plays bigger than his listed 6'1" height.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And a look at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Lakers.
And they're mostly ignoring the mid-range game. They're concentrating their efforts on those higher percentage shots right at the rim or those long-distance three-point looks.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Daniels, that one's true.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And over the last month, these point guards have been shooting the rock with confidence. Raptors lead by 3. Outside Mitchell. Toronto passing it around. Mullen can't get it to go.
That's what you want defensively. Force contested threes.
McAdoo. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And Clark, after the All-Star break, it must be difficult to jump right back into playing full-time.
Well, I tell you, when you're accustomed to playing every other night or 4 nights and 5 nights, and then you get a break, it is hard to get right back into it. But typically it's a restart and a reset, and that adrenaline and excitement about what's on the horizon gets guys ready to go.
And he can't get the first one.
How about this combo? Bob McAdoo is a go-to scorer and defensive anchor for this team.
King, he's checked in for the Lakers. And the second free throw is good. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Here's Mullen. Pass to Malone. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
The tried and true play for this team. Malone exceptional in the pick and roll.
Here's McAdoo. Checked by Mitchell. Up top, White. Covered by Daniels. Boom! He jams it straight down.
He's so aggressive and confident inside. It's a real challenge trying to keep Malone out of the paint.
Wembanyama, screen on White. Pass to McAdoo. Outside Jones. Launches it. Gilmore grabs the miss. Gilmore's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Mitchell. Here's Malone. Back to Mitchell. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Wembanyama's got rebound number 7 tonight. Daniels outside. Pass to McAdoo. Now here's Wembanyama. The big man, Wemby for 2.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Atlanta.
It was a lockdown effort defensively, contesting shots and really protecting the painted area.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
Here's Issel. White on the wing. They set the screen to the inside. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Orlando, going up against the Magic. And then on Friday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Phoenix to take on the Suns.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, that one might be worth keeping an eye on. It's always a great matchup when those teams face off.
First free throw is good.
Boy, Dan Issel is a strong guy, especially on offense. He knows how to use that strength to get the shot he wants when he wants it.
Murphy, he's checked in for Toronto. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Lakers trail by 5. Pass to Houston from outside the arc. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
That's Houston's sweet spot now, knocking jumpers down off the catch.
Here's Issel. Toronto passing it around. There's a screen. Outside Murphy. Clock at 4. Shoots it from the high post. Good work there as it goes. Murphy's got his first basket.
Well, he's effective in that medium range area.
Here's Boosie. He's scoreless. Martin outside. Here's King. Rebound by the Raptors.
He converts those at a high rate, but not that time.
Murphy attacks. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. DeRozan's got 3 assists in the game.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And so here is Toronto. The Lakers getting their last shot to go. And it's in there. Murphy's got 6 in the quarter.
Hey, you know, after a pedestrian first quarter of shooting, I think they've really turned it up offensively. I like where they're headed right now. The direction is good.
Here's Houston. He's got 6. Hits a three-pointer. Houston's got 9 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And here's DeRozan. An 11-point game for him in the win against Atlanta. No good with a jumper from the wing. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Toronto out in front, leading by 3. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Howdy, folks. Time for halftime fun. Woohoo! Before we check out the action at hand, first order of business, the power rankings.
You look at Los Angeles, they're holding steady near the top of the rankings. Definitely one of the better teams here at the midway point.
In position to make some noise come playoff time. We'll see. And circling back now to the Raptors' first half, they've got themselves a game.
Despite being the visitor, they've been in control. They've got an edge to their game. That can quiet a hostile crowd, Shaq.
Yeah, boos from the stands can be a motivator.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. We've seen Donovan Mitchell really having a great game.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
We've got Dyson Daniels, and it's Jones in at the 2 spot. That's the Laker 5.
Laker foul. Bruce Bowen. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Mitchell. Rebounded by Daniels. Lakers trail by 3. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call. All right, time now to bring you the teams leading the league in second chance points in the past month. The Lakers, 3rd, 5th best. Toronto.
Both teams have been terrorizing the offensive glass, and those extra possessions have resulted in extra points.
Outside Mitchell. Jones against White. Down low, Gilmore. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Yeah, you can't allow Gilmore that kind of positioning. I mean, once he gets it, he's throwing it down every time.
Here's McAdoo. Back to Jones. Clock at 6. Pass to Daniels. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Raptors lead by 5. Here's Malone. Right side White. And he gets it to go.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Bowen. Back to Daniels. Pass to McAdoo. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Into the 3rd. 2 minutes in now. Here's McAdoo. He's guarded by White. Daniels outside. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Malone. Malone's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside White. With the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. White's got 4 points this quarter.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Big NBA, technology is key for NBA growth. Commissioner Silver said we can now see where we lose viewers. For example, stoppages and replays. One way around that is creating technology that can instantaneously make objective calls like out of bounds, and in doing so, create a better pace to the game. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks for the report. And so now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Only 5 games left to go, and then it's playoff time. Let's check in on the East. You look at Toronto, sitting pretty at this point of the season, second place and looking to move to first. And, of course, Los Angeles, they're now in third place.
I think for Los Angeles, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Here's White following the score by Los Angeles. Here's Mullen. Sinks it from distance. And the Raptors lead by 10.
Nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Mitchell against Daniels. And it's Mitchell. The miss.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
And that one's good. McAdoo.
McAdoo, a talented scorer on the block now. I mean, he knows exactly how to get the position he wants to score down there.
Pass to Mullen. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And he makes it. Mullen's got his second bucket of the night.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Out to the wing. Here's Bowen. Daniels outside. Inside. Here we go. One-on-one. Here's Mitchell.
Oh, my goodness. Disrespectful. Oh, guys. I mean, this crowd is in awe of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
Bowen passes to Daniels. Shot clock at 5. Jones from outside. Second shot opportunity. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, McAdoo is so good at crashing the boards. Outstanding as an offensive rebounder working that glass.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Wembanyama, no good. Toronto leading by 10. Here's Mullen. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Mullen's got 9 points now in the second half. And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And it's a completely new group for the Lakers. Here's King. 6 points for him. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. King's got 8 points.
And you know King is looking for that high percentage shot, and he'll work hard to make sure he gets it.
White looking it over. Pass to Richardson. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Richardson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Martin outside. Here's King.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Rebound Toronto. Outside Richardson. Outside White. Back to Richardson. Pass to White. And it's blocked by Martin.
Got to be careful around Martin. Kenyon Martin's athleticism allows him to send shots in reverse with force.
Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Martin. The Raptors also with a sub. Murphy, he's checked in for White. Minute 32 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Richardson, Oakley with a rebound. Lakers trail by 13. Here's Boosie. Pass to Houston. Puts up a 3. Issel with a rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Richardson. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. King gets the bucket. King's gotten 4 this quarter.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Here's Murphy. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First and blocks, and they're so impressive when it comes to their aggressiveness on the defensive end. Number one in opponent scoring. A team that gets in your face on defense and doesn't give up anything easy.
And you got to be careful shooting on this team. They are number one in blocks because they have an innate timing for when to rise up and contest shots. And he makes a first. A big group substitution here for Toronto. Second free throw, no good. Lakers trail by 12. Houston passes to Wembanyama. It's tipped.
So hard to get a shot past Artis Gilmore because he's big, he's deep, and he's got those long arms. Nice block there.
Now here's Murphy. He's got 7. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. King, the pass to Houston. Here's Boosie. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. That shot, no good. And so it's Toronto going into the break up 12. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. More 2K action in just a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Mitchell. And it's Malone in at the power forward position. Houston can't hit. Toronto leading by 12. From deep, Mitchell. That shot off the mark.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Pass to Houston. Counted.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
White, the pass to Gilmore. Toronto passing it around. Daniels against Mitchell. Outside White. Pass to Mitchell. Fires for 3. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
That's his second made 3, first of this half.
Daniels the screen on White. Boosie passes to Houston. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Gilmore. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now here's Daniels. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. McAdoo, the pass to Jones. Over Mitchell. Jones misses. White with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Pass to Mullen. Back to White. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark, the Defensive Player of the Year award tends to go to shot blockers, insinuating that bigs really have a greater impact on that end of the floor.
Well, you know, the counting stats favor big guys. I mean, when you think about block shots and defensive rebounds, clearly big guys would tend to corral numbers in those areas. And still being on that back line means they're involved in a lot of plays, and they've got to do more than just block shots and rebounds. So to answer the question, generally, I'd say yes.
Here's McAdoo. Jones in the post. Checked by Mitchell. Jones misses.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
Mitchell against Wembanyama. Fires at the elbow. Gilmore's shot is good. And the Raptors lead by 14.
Over his career, Mitchell has developed his playmaking for others, a great skill to have.
Here's McAdoo. Driving inside to the paint. Wembanyama. Toronto grabs the miss. Malone's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. White, the pass to Mitchell. To the inside. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With great mobility in the 8-foot wingspan. Yes, 8 foot. Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away.
Now here's Daniels. Here's Bowen. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's the three. The big man, Wembanyama, sinks the three.
Draining his first 3 of the game. No doubt hoping to build up a little momentum from outside.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
Legendary dance team on the planet, your legendary.
Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Outside White. Pass to Mullen. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They've got plenty of time to get back into this.
Yeah, I'm sure they feel pressed, but this is when you have to stay calm and execute.
Another miss by Wembanyama. And it's Mitchell with the ball for Toronto. Pass to Malone. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And the defense, they have to honor Mitchell as a scorer. And when they do, it just opens up the passing lanes.
McAdoo, the pass to Daniels. And there's a pick. And he lobs it up to the rim. Outside Wembanyama. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Mitchell. White, the pass to Malone. White against Daniels. Book it!
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Daniels. Here's McAdoo.
First personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for Los Angeles. Number 10, Don Boosie.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's what he wanted!
Showing off the speed on the drive that time. How about it, Don Boosie?
Toronto leading by 13. Here's Mullen. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
If you see him talking this game, you know what to do. Show off your move. Let's go. You must have let her dancing shoes at home. Get back.
Making a switch here.
Toronto substitution. Number 4, Chuck Person.
The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. A minute 53 left in the fourth. Mitchell! Yes, sir! That one goes!
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are 3 points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Book it! That one goes!
Good work between the teammates that time, leading him perfectly.
Raptors lead by 11. Here's Mullen. White outside. Oh, the lead pass. Great dish.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Shooting for Toronto, Artis Gilmore. At the line for one.
Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range. And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Raptors.
Well, I have to comment on their strong performance tonight at the charity strike.
And it might have won them the game. The ability to draw fouls and capitalize can be a real difference maker.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league. And White has got the ball here for the Raptors. Leading by 12. Mitchell outside. Shoots a three. Oh, the shot is off. There's 31 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Mitchell against Jones. Yes, sir! Banking in the layup. And so here is Toronto. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
No problem for Toronto as they get the win. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And time now to present our player of the game.